Alright guys, I had wanted to do a new card pull that I knew would help the collective. And during this time right now where we're supposed to be healing, past traumas and get through everything, I figured surrender popped up on my cards multiple times. And so I figured we would just do a quick what's coming for the sign, advice from spirit, and then affirmations, and then what spirit wants to tell you. So I'm going to try to get through this really quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them all in one long video, but I'm going to split it up in between fire, earth, air, and water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull each of the signs, and then at the end I'm going to pull like a collective for all fire signs. So if the first one doesn't hit you, listen for the collective one. All right. Now, if I didn't say this before, I am going with sun signs and north nodes. So check your placement of your sun sign and your north node. Your north node is the path that you're supposed to be on, and that's usually where you want to stay. So kind of like I am a Virgo sun sign and I am a Leo North node. So I will check both of those placements. It would get to be just a little bit too much if you were doing your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter. For this specific one, just check your sun and your north node only. Okay. All right, Aries. What you have coming in for this week? You've got lies and deceit from a friend. So be very cautious. Again, if this one doesn't align with you, please wait and hear the collective one for the fire signs. But just be cautious of the people around you, okay? And a lot of times you can tell down the line who is going to be very deceitful to you. But that's just your warning of what's coming in this week. Okay, so what you've got going on, this is kind of like the hermit mode card in a way. Escapist, come home to yourself. This could be you needing to reflect on yourself. Maybe you need to reflect on your home life and the way that things are going with things at your home. Make sure that, this person who's deceiving you is not someone inside your home. Because you've also got fear, surrender your fear of change. So if it is someone who is deceiving you from inside your home, this next card says surrender your fear of change. Like for those Aries who are stuck in very toxic, very, deceitful relationships. And this is not for everybody. Check the other one. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation. I have faith that all is well. Okay. Your card for this week is energetic clearing. During crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. So this is like, whatever you believe in, if it's God, sometimes, I know Steve Harvey told this story once on his show, and it was talking about how he had talked to his mama and he said, I want a new car. And she kept talking about, well, you have an old one parked out in the parking spot. And it kept going on, and he kept saying, I want a new car. And she said, well, what are you going to do with this old one you got parked in this spot? Because if you are sitting here holding on to a car that is broken and that's the only spot you've got for a car, how are you supposed to make space for what it is that you want if you're holding on to something that you don't want and you don't need? And God gives us to the same. If we're sitting here holding on to a relationship that's not meant to be had, how is God going to send you the right one? Because if God is going to send you a right, honorable person and they arrive and you're with somebody else, it's going to be a missed opportunity. That does not mean just leave your relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is for the Aries who is being lied to, deceived, cheated on, and Spirit has got in their head, I need to have self-love for myself. I've got to reflect on me if this relationship is for the betterment of me. Or if this person, if I've got to let go of this person because they are not good for my soul. And then God will send me people that are good for my soul. Okay. And your card. Stop stressing over shitty AF people. The vast majority of our time sorry, Aries. The vast majority of our time spent in strife and stress is simply because we're stressing over shitty people. If you catch yourself thinking about a shitty person, take a moment and think about an awesome AF person. If you're going to spend time crawling up other people's asses, it might as well be someone awesome. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you. Again, if this one does not fit, wait and hear the collective one, okay? Leo, you have got a letter, a gift of jewelry, or improvements. I mean, improvements are good. Like a lot of times, once we step out of the lack mindset and we step into the path that we're supposed to be on, the one of faith and the one of growth and the one of gratitude, that's when it puts us in direct alignment for what it is that we're supposed to receive in this life. Kind of like, it's kind of like reading Eckhart Tolle's, The Power of Now. We are but a vibration anyways. And sound and vibrations and everything will be what attracts things to us or repels things to us. Just like love. The opposite of love is fear. When we are in a fear mindset, we are going to push away love. When we're in a love mindset, we're going to push away fear. So make sure you're on the right mindset to draw in the good things to you. Yeah, as I just said, nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. Okay. And just kind of like, Eckhart Tolle did he did a talk once, and he talked about how you kind of let go of your ego. A lot of people say it can't be done, but it can. And he explains it. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's actually pretty interesting. But he talks about how we let go of our ego is by being in the present moment. Because when we are in the present moment, we are not in our ego. We are in who we are and how we feel instead of the things that we want and the things that we feel we deserve. We are just here now, embracing the things that are now. And when we're in the here and now, we don't have to control anything. We can just be in a mindset or a space of faith and allow the good things to flow into us. Allow things to, let God bring into us, because we are just here and we are present and we are trusting and we are faithful. I didn't read any of these cards before. So, surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. I'm going to tell you right now, I communicate so bad with my friends, especially if it's in text. Like, I get taken so wrong. Like, I'll have something that will, like, in my mind will come out calm and just like a conversation, and then people take me so wrong. But then again, I am a Virgo, so I just say what I'm going to say. But I'm also very blunt and very forward. I don't know how to be any other way. That's just the way that I've grown up. So sometimes I have to catch myself and I have to be like, wait a minute, this is what I said, but what did they hear? Because the things that I say, I forget that someone else could hear something completely different. I could be speaking words of kindness, but then the other person on the other side could think that I'm speaking mad or judgmental or anything like that. And Virgos always come off as very judgmental, but really we're just super emotional, and a lot of times we hide shit. Like, we're forced to hold things back. And it probably comes from most Virgos, we have that whole midheaven in Pisces. So we've spent a lot of our childhood being alone, like Virgos are, as you would say, the Belle in Beauty and the Beast, the one that spent a lot of time by themselves or reading or, learning things when they were young. So when we get older and we get out more into the world and, we interact more with people, in our mind, we're still just a kid, reading something as black and white. And we don't mean to come across as judgmental or whatever. We know facts. We know facts, and we state facts, and we say what we want. And sometimes that's taken wrong. But Leos, you guys are the same. Except, like, you can always tell a Leo in any room. I don't care who they are. They're going to be the loudest. They're going to roar the loudest. And they're going to speak up the loudest. And they're going to demand the most attention on themselves. And so that's why I feel like, you guys, I don't know. I just completely love Leos. Like, Leo suns. Like, you guys have such magnetic tendencies to you. But sometimes you can be super stubborn. Sometimes I'll do readings and I'll get Leo and Virgo mixed up a lot, because it still, on paper, it still kind of comes out as the same, except one is more introverted and one is more extroverted. If you ever notice, if anybody else notices this, let me know in the comments. Do you ever listen to Leos and Virgos readings and almost think that they're pretty much identical the way that they should have aligned? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Flow. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. So it's exactly what I was saying, with the Virgos and how they speak out without thinking about it. You guys are probably going through the same thing, which would align with the Virgo, and it's a dolphin. Sorry, I love dolphins. So just watch your words, be in the present and be in the now, and make sure you're feeling it, okay? Make sure, not just yourself, Leo. This is, as I did the Leo reading yesterday, you have to feel it to heal it. It's kind of like that theory, Leo. Don't just feel what you're feeling. Step into the eyes of the person you're connecting to, and make sure what you feel on their side is good too. Your card for this week. Maybe you just need to shake your booty. Maybe you need to dance. All right, Leo. Life throws out very few problems that aren't more easily managed after you've danced it out a bit. Think about a bad dancer. Stop that shit right now. Just stand up. Think you're a bad dancer. Stop that shit right now. Just stand up and give your groove thing a jiggle. It's 98.5% scientifically proven to make you take yourself less seriously. A lot of times, the best way to get through things is through music. Some people like the rhythm, some people like the beat, some people like the words, but either way, just move. When you move your body, it's kind of like what's in motion stays in motion. So if your body's in motion and your body's moving, and it puts everything in your life in the same of moving. So go with the flow, dance. All right. Sagittarius, what you got coming in for you this week? A trustworthy dark-haired friend. Okay, this person, your advice with this situation is to forgive. Let's see what we got here. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. You have a dark-haired friend that comes in, and a trustworthy dark-haired friend that comes in that you need to forgive, or they need to forgive you. Whichever side, take it as it resonates. Whether you've got to forgive them or they've got to forgive you. It is now the time to forgive. It is the season where everything is aligning. You need to do it now. So that, get it all done now. Okay. Surrender fear. Let go of the fearful stories that you're telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. Maybe I'm not... This could be you being afraid, but yet taking a small step. And as I was just talking about in the Leo reading, when we put our body in, a body in motion stays in motion. So if you take one step forward towards someone, baby steps, baby steps. I keep hearing baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Maybe this is someone you've hurt very badly. Or someone who's hurt you. It's probably you guys have both hurt each other very badly. I don't know. Let's keep going. Let's see. Invite help. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready. God, pursue me. And I'm assuming this is not you saying that about God, but about some other person who's hurt you or you've hurt them. This could be a divine counterpart. Maybe you've been on the runner chaser. Whichever it is, you need to switch whichever side, whether you're the runner or whether you're the chaser. Flip it around. If you've been running, you need to run away. You need to run towards and switch it, because right now is the time for healing. If you want something to be healed during this season, during this year, do it now. Like, you've got perfect plan alignment to heal it and get through it now. So get it done. Just whatever it is, like, And when you heal it, when you heal a hurt that someone has caused, or you caused, or they've caused you, whichever one, it heals this part in us where we stop drawing in people that are going to hurt us. It stops drawing in people that we're going to hurt. You know, hurt people hurt people. So we need to heal the hurt to stop the karmic cycle. You know, whoever you've got, make it right, you know. This isn't Mercury retrograde, but this is still a time for you to make things right. Mercury retrograde is to let things go. Venus retrograde, you know, that's for the people that you love, that still had the love feelings. But right now is the time for healing. And Spirit's calling you and telling you, you know, if you've got things you need to heal, heal it now, so that the rest of the year sets you off on a better path where you're not hurt, you're not broken, and you can just move forward. Okay, let's see what we got here. Courage. Great, right? Because it's the opposite of surrender. Or, not surrender, fear. Courage is knowing it might hurt and doing it anyway. Stupidity is the same. That's why life is hard. What is the difference between courage and stupidity in your life? A big part of adulting is not crossing the line where your rebelliousness turns into recklessness. The people who ride this line most gracefully usually have a clear eye on their values and a good friend, here comes your good friend, or two who will tell them when they're being a dumbass. If you can't decide if you're being brave or stupid, call a friend. Hint, don't call a dumbass friend though. All right, maybe you've got a dark-haired friend you need to call. And I'm saying this right now. If you're talking to somebody, make sure you're telling both sides of the story so that they can give you the correct advice. If you only tell somebody your side, the side that's hurt you, they can't help you. You have to tell the part where you hurt someone else too. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be open. You have to be willing to say, I fucked this part up. And they fucked this part up. Because it always takes two. I'm going to tell you right now, it always takes two. No matter what the situation is, it always takes two. Okay. Now, we're going to get into the collective. If neither of these aligned, what you've got, unexpected money or travel. Okay. Coming this week. Yeah. And this literally aligns with every single one of them. Confidence. It comes with time and practice. Okay, so it looks like confidence is something big that will help every single one of you. Saggy, you need to have confidence to go to tell the story, even the part that you fucked up. Okay, that takes a lot of confidence. It takes a lot of courage. You know, because it's easy to tell what somebody else did, but it's very, very hard to say, hey, I fucked this part up myself. You know, because our ego, we have to go through an ego death, and that's where that starts. That's where the awakening starts. When we go through the ego death and we say, look, I'm a fucked up person and I'm sorry. I'm still learning. Can you forgive me? You know, like, that's about to make me cry. Jesus. It's when you say, you know, I didn't have my shit together and I shouldn't have done that. And you accept their apology and they accept yours. But you have to have confidence to take that first baby step. You have to realize that you're worth more than the bullshit that you are putting yourself in, the cage that you're blocking yourself in because you're too afraid to step out and admit that you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody fucks up, but what really determines someone is how they act when they fucked up. That is where you find the true character of a man or a woman. If they fuck up and they say, I'm sorry, and they change. Here's the difference. You can say, I'm sorry all the time. When you change, that's when the apology becomes real. It's lies and manipulation until you're willing to change. Just saying I'm sorry is lies and manipulation and a tactic to get someone to shut up or get off your back. Anyways, I'm not going to go into any more of that because I'm a Leo North Node and I'm supposed to watch how people take things, obviously. All right, Leo. You need confidence to, my nose is itching like crazy. Let go of the things that you want to control. No, Leo never tries to control anything, right? You have to have, it takes confidence to let go of control. It's very easy to hold on to something and say, I can do this myself. I don't need anybody's help. It is very hard to let go of that control and trust God to do for you, to bring you what you need, and to go with the flow. Because, Leo, you guys are fire signs. You guys would burn the world down before you just go with what everybody else wants. However, you guys also have a problem with saying no to someone that you love. So you need to find a balance in there somewhere. All right, and Aries, you must have confidence to know your worth, okay? Because this looks kind of sad. Like, it doesn't have to be this, but if you are dealing with people that are hurting you, you have to know your worth. You have to be confident enough to walk away from anyone or anything that hurts you without feeling bad about it. That's the difference, okay? If someone hurts you and they don't feel bad about it, that's how you know they're not on your side. They're not on your team. Now, if someone hurts you and they do feel bad about it and they try to change or they try to fix it or they try to stay your friend, that's one thing. But if someone is just not caring and lying to you constantly and deceiving you or, just using you, I just heard using you, whether it's for money, drugs, sex, rock and roll. I don't even know what that would even mean. But, if someone's using you, you have to have confidence to stand in your power and know your worth and say, this isn't okay. I'm worth more than this. And that is a very, very hard thing to do. But you guys are Aries. You guys are the biggest badasses of the whole zodiac. The only somewhat, in my mind, the only somewhat as powerful is Leos. Leos and Aries, in my mind, are like the top of the zodiac. You guys are like the lion, the king of the lions. The lion and the lioness, sort of. You guys are the ones that everyone else will bow down to. But where's your confidence? Where's you knowing that, if someone's hurting you, if you lose them, that you're not going to receive something or know something better's going to come in? Maybe there's like some kind of moral code you've always went by, or your families went by, and that's what you're afraid of. But is that one thing going to be the one thing that holds you in a spot of being miserable? You have to know who you are and what you're worth. Because Aries are awesome. But know you're worth it. And it may take some time, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you've lost your confidence, if you've by any chance been in a narcissistic relationship or a relationship where someone has treated you bad, a lot of times we lose who we are. They take our power. Like, it's kind of like the saying, an energy vampire. They take who we are. They suck the life out of us so that we don't remember who we are. And that takes time to get that back. Okay. Namaste. The slate in me recognizes the slate in you. At some point, you got to get up and act like the people you admire. You probably know someone who is slaying at life right now. Spend today doing the shit they do. Better yet, take them to coffee and ask them how exactly they managed to slay so hard. Then recognize where you are capable of the same kind of slay. Yeah, okay. Sagittarius. Make sure if you're calling in a trustworthy dark-haired friend, and this is a friend someone you're going to talk to, make sure they are the type of person who has those type of relationships around them. If you're going to go to someone and who has no friends, no relationship, who treats everybody like shit, and all this other kind of stuff, and you get their advice, unless they actually have your better life in their mind, they're going to give you advice based off of who they are. Make sure the person you go to is a light worker, one who wants to help you, not one who wants to just keep you stuck and stagnant in the energy that you're in, because then you align with them. Okay? Make sure you find someone who is where you want to be. And love advice. If you go to someone who's fucked up a lot, but is a good person and empathetic, they can tell you what they've done to get over that. Okay? How to get through this situation. But if you're go to if you messed up and you go to someone who has a perfect relationship and has never messed up, they're not gonna understand, because they're still gonna see it from their point of view. They're gonna just see it as it's never gonna work. But if you go to someone who has fucked up and admits that they're fucked up, then that person can probably tell you how to change it to make shit right. Okay? Leo. uh, in my mind, the first thing I'm just thinking of is to find someone who likes to shake their booty. Find friends who like to have fun. Find friends who like to go with the here and now, and they like to just be. Find the friends who like to dance, who like loud music, who like roaring and being loud lions and being in the now and just being happy. That's your advice for this week. Find those that slay in that area. Aries. Yours is going to be the same advice from Sagittarius. Find those people who know your worth, who know who you are and what you deserve. And get advice from them, because this looks pretty painful. Find someone, say, if in your mind you're thinking of going through a divorce, find someone who's been through a divorce. Or if you're thinking of ending a relationship because someone didn't treat you right, or you were abused. Like if you're in a narcissistic relationship, find someone who's been in a narcissistic relationship and find advice from them. If you're in an abusive relationship, find other abusers who've been abused and find out how they slayed their ass off through it and they made it through, because sometimes people aren't shit. They are shitty dumbasses. And I'm going to say this right now. There are a lot of shitty dumbasses in this world. And if you are dealing with them and you need to figure out how you can make it through, find a support group. Find someone who's been through it. And then slay that shit. Because you deserve it, Aries. Whatever it is, you deserve it. Because you're worth it. You're a badass, Aries. Remember that. All right. And our law of attraction word or affirmation. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. If you're not controlling something, you're free. When you push away fear, you're free to experience love. But it takes you knowing your worth and stepping out in courage. Anyways, hope this helped, fire signs. If you like this video, please pop a like and subscribe down below. And if you subscribe, welcome to the tribe. And if not, it's okay. It's perfectly acceptable. I wish nothing bad on you. I wish you only the best. Either way. But, as always, stay weird.